Sami Zayn, your world champion? Now, let's talk about that. King Oba, and yet they still want to boo black women in Saudi Arabia. You know what I got to say about that, right? Stay tuned. The Mike Knoxxx Show, y'all.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
We about to give him something new, Mike. Yeah. 3X. Y'all ready? Whether flaming a mic or flaming a blunt, he gon' keep it a bean and say what he want. He was the first one doing this here, they all stealing. We only gon' give you the truth like Ron Killings. Yeah, guard feelings cause they might get hurt. Got a hold on this game, H fighting Kurt. 16 years strong, even doing this thing well. While these other dudes losing their edge like Gangrel. Look, find a seat while I ride the beat. When it come to podcast, he's the tribal chief. I'm talking Major, the Genesis, Sega, and anything we still wondering about. That's why we got Michaela. As long as he here, you other dudes might shine. The only brother that can outdo the pipe bomb icon. Do it for the people like The Rock. Welcome to the show, introducing Mike Knoxxx. Yeah. Let's go.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Mike Knoxxx Show. I am your host, Mike Knoxxx. And indeed, it's a pleasure to speak to you this beautiful Sunday morning as I'm on the road to my motherfucking vacation. But as we go down that road around the blocks with Mike Knoxxx, you're tuned in right now. You're locked into the show the pros listen to for the review you gotta talk about. So we're going to talk about it today. And of course, I'm not alone when it comes to these big shows, I guess. But we're joined by no other than Mr. Spotface himself. He be tuning in, locking in. I know he got some things to say because that's what Spotface does. And as always, make sure you please like and follow the particulars, all right? We used to say that I'm going to call in 347-6. No. Right now, just make sure you like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell notification so when we go live, you can hear my my golden pipes this is the show the pros listen to, and this is where the show for the intelligent wrestling fan. Now let's put the fandom aside. The fandom got to go. The fandom has got to go. Why? Well, no, I don't. I mean, you're a fan, right? That's what the fuck we're here for, because we're fans. So we don't know how people are going to take it. There's some fans that like it. There's some fans that didn't. I know Michaela Wonders had a lot to say about it, so we're going to hear from her a little bit later in the show as well. But as always, I'm going to start off with the friends of the program. Spot, your thoughts on Daytime of Champions, if you will.
Yeah, the morning of champions, because let's face it, that show started at 1 o'clock. I will say this: it was a very lackluster show until the ending. I will say not one match on that card will be memorable at all. That cage match, I seen a grudge feud start off with a sit-off. Those two men sat in chairs and looked at each other, and this is supposed to be a blood feud.
I thought that was fucking fire. I'll let you finish. I'll let you continue. Listen, we know how you AEW fans hate. How those people who you got. So listen, WWE raped your ass emotionally. And because they raped you emotionally, you have never been the same since. But go ahead.
That's not true. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Pay attention to that. I will say this: King Oba, much needed. I'm glad we got it. I did not want King Yeet. EO was the right choice. I don't know why Liv was even in the tournament. I don't. Trick and Ricky, guys.
Ricky. That's better than Penny Ricky and B2K tonight, I'll tell you that.
Oh my God. Shout out to them boys. Ricky did they thing.
They did. That's a shame too. B2K should have won that.
Ricky Aints, I'm gonna put this on you.
Oh, not the people.
Ricky Aints, I'm gonna put this on you because you are the indie talent, and from a wrestler to a wrestler, you had the experience going into that, and the way that you moved in that ring, you did Trick no justice. I mean, that one leg spot where Trick leg was caught in the rope, and Ricky took like 2 minutes to set up on that middle rope to come up off it. You didn't do Trick a dis. You did Trick a disservice in that. Jade and Tiffany, at this point, I don't know what you do with either one of them. I honestly thought they would have been better together if Tiffany had that rich Bobby girl doll gimmick and Jade been her enforcer. that would have made sense. But they're both, I don't know where they go.
So
And
I actually your thoughts. I actually go into each match. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into each
I'm
match.
sorry, you asked for my thoughts.
Jesus,
but
man.
since there's a morning show, it's a snooze fest. Put it that way. Just watch the last 5 minutes of the paper of the PLE. Period.
Okay, I'm not. I don't want to call it a PLE. I don't care. It's I mean, people still pay for it.
Right, so it's a pay-per-view. It technically is still a pay-per-view.
Still a pay-per-view because like some people actually like cable stations. If you still got cable, it's called a pay-per-view. You can still order it via pay-per-view, right? So premium live event. Okay,
Nothing
fancy
feels
word
about these events.
right?
Nothing feels premium.
There was nothing premium. I will give you that. I don't think it was as terrible as you. Okay, I think wrestling fans personally, all right, need to. It's like going to watch Supergirl, right? It's like know what you're going to go watch to then be able to break it down. When I'm watching WWE, I'm not expecting a 5-star match unless I have 5-star match wrestlers to give me a 5-star match. You mentioned off air tonight, we got Swerve Strickland going against Will Ospreay. That's expected to be a 5-star match. I don't expect nothing I saw yesterday really to give me that. I expected to give me story. I expected to give me entertainment, whatever that is, whatever entertains you, comedy, all that stuff subjective, right? But that's what I expect from WWE. Okay, it's knowing what I'm watching before I watch it. Okay, and that's where I stand. I don't think it was terrible. I don't think it was great. I thought it was just okay, and that's despite the fact that my boy Sami Zayn cut the best promo that anyone has cut since winning a title, in my opinion. You said I couldn't do it. 20 plus years I couldn't do it. No matter what you say to me, this is the spoiler alert. Whether it's tomorrow or next week. You can always say Sami Zayn was world champion because I don't see him winning it past SummerSlam. But hey, I've always said he doesn't have to hold it long. The title, that is, right? And that he deserves to have that championship. And he does to me. He did all the work with the bloodline, all that stuff. This is what his reward was. And here, you're right. And whatever I don't care if you like Sammy, you don't like Sammy. You have to be a wrestling fan. And for once, when you hear a chant that says you deserve it, this is who it's for. Sammy deserves his title. And I don't care to myself, well, he doesn't have a long title run. None of that matters how long the title run is, because at the end of the day, not a wrestler, just a journalist, to a pro wrestler, winning the championship in that company, sometimes it always matters. I will tell you, it'd be more memorable than my boy 5 times Big Tongue Jack Swagger's title run. I'll tell you that much. So, with that being said, that will lead us into this program, guys. Make sure you guys again like, follow, subscribe, and tune in and lock in here with us guys here on the Mike Knoxxx Show, 11 o'clock here in the morning. But we did get King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring, for some people for free, because I actually have the WWE app because it's part of my Disney bundle. Yeah, I don't like the fact they give us free television on ESPN, or is even considered free. And I don't like the fact because it's bogged down in knowing they have to do it all within that hour.
It's premium.
And to me, that takes away from it, if you will. What's your takes on that part? And then into this match, because we did get to see something that you said you didn't want to see. I personally, this is what I think everybody's predictions were. I thought Jey Uso was winning it. I just thought he was winning. These guys made a new shirt, right? We thought Brock would come out, right? Those kind of things, what pretty much everyone speculated.
I'm glad you said that.
I thought because of what they were going with it, without having Brock interfere and Jey not win, now I'm completely fucking confused about all of it. The entire thing. Why have him get this far, meaning Jey Uso, if he was not going to win the title? And now tomorrow on at 6 p.m. early Monday Night Raw, that's why we're here today on the Mike Knoxxx Show, he's getting cut the fuck out by your tribal chief because he did not do the task.
Because they're sending Jey after Sammy.
Oh.
Because now this, you know those little FBI boards with the ribbons and everything? And if you're going to go back to OG Bloodline, Sammy being the world champion and having Roman's other belt
is a smack in the face.
is a smack in the face, and he's the honorary Uso.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay dropping the ball and losing is one thing, but you let Sami win the title before you?
Not really. He was world champion. In all fairness,
but you got Sami. Sami has my belt. Yeah. Remember, this is the other belt.
The WWE Championship, the most important title, honestly. I need people to understand that. It's not the World Championship. Roman doesn't have the belt. He has the other belt.
Roman is the guy with the other belt.
With the other belt, right.
Right. So they're going to tie that in. Plus, he beat Cody.
Mm-hmm. Clean. 1, 2, 3. Clean. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. We're talking about King of the Ring, though. Right.
Jay didn't do. Something Jay didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, so, Roman didn't do it clean.
I'm just happy they didn't fuck this up for Oba, right? And I say this to say that with a grain of salt, right? Let me rephrase that. With a pentagon of salt, right? Because that's what John Jones was accused of with having steroids in the system. Anybody what a pentagon of salt is, it's like fucking nothing, okay? Where's some steroids? So I say that because I'm happy Oba won. Let me just say that. I am happy Oba. I tell my kids, I take this from Grandbody P from repping your hip-hop show in the UK. No matter who loses, I win in this. I wanted Jay for storyline purposes, but I want Oba to always win. You know what I mean? Y'all know what this show is about and what and who and why and who I'm cheering for and all those things because it's just who Mike Knoxxx is, right?
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am.
Right? So whoever lost, I won in this case, right? But
I see what WWE is doing.
Okay.
If you look at it from the WWE quote unquote ESPN model, the first time you saw Oba,
next big thing. Yeah.
Hold on. The first time you saw Oba, he obliterated Brock Lesnar.
Right.
The next time you saw Oba, he won King of the Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the next time, who knows what, the deals and how they got that worked out. We see Oba.
The second time you saw Oba, he lost to Brock Lesnar.
But that wasn't on ESPN, was it?
Oh, that wasn't on ESPN? Okay.
I don't know. I don't believe that was on ESPN.
I thought that was. I thought that was, but
I don't know if that was. I don't remember.
Okay.
But, so, however they're painting this picture, Oba's a big deal.
Yeah.
And that's fine. So, he won in that regard. I just think, where's it going?
Right. This is why I thought he was going to lose because of SummerSlam being in Minnesota. It just made the sense for Brock to come out and then them have that third fight because he cost him that anyway. He's been calling him a bitch. You know what I'm saying? In Minnesota, in Brock's home. I just thought that made more sense.
That's starting to come off like a sore loser too. In some eyes, you keep calling out a man that you lost to clean. Like you lost.
Well, it wasn't clean. He snuck him. He snuck him. Brock snuck him. Before the match started, when they were introducing him, he snuck him. He technically snuck him.
Okay, fine.
He didn't hit him face to face. He wasn't looking when he got hit. Technically, he snuck him.
I thought because I was in the building for John Cena's last match, I thought we might have got Oba Cody too. Hold on, just listen.
He's gonna keep rubbing it in my face so that you saw Jonathan Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady, the Goat Hill, 2 bucks a core. Never seen 17. Cena's last match.
Shout out to my fiance. Shout out to my fiance.
I can't say that. You gonna bring the woman in this. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, I thought we might have went back to Oba and Cody because that's still unfinished business.
Yeah.
The beauty of it is it can go anywhere, and as a wrestling fan, we need that sometimes.
And that's why your beginning thesis of the terrible night to me, because this was a shout out to Michael Lee. He's been part of the show as well. And he chimed in, he texted me, he said, man, he said 5 out of 5. And I questioned it. I said 5 out of 5. But he made a point when he responded to that. He said, yeah, all you want to do is what you start with and how you end. And in credit to that, it starts off great for a lot of people having Oba win. And then it ended great for some people and the well-deserved chance for Sami Zayn. So what happens in the middle there, we're going to talk about it, of course, here. But I like what you just said. That's why I brought that up. Not to cut you off on that part, but you're right. We have so much to go off on now. This is what wrestling fans, we just bitched about this not too long ago, right? Like, wow, the same things. If Jey Uso wins this and it's outside interference, or even in what you just said, Brock Lesnar interferes, it's the same old. There was no same old. He whooped Jey Uso's ass.
This thing can go in a myriad of ways, right? And that is the beauty because we have what 8 weeks? What do we got? About 7 weeks?
7 weeks. Yeah,
Till
terrible in my
SummerSlam?
opinion. Yeah,
Right.
August
So
1st.
right. So because of that, and we got Madison Square Garden Sunday night's main event in the middle.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that there is an event in the middle.
Right, but the titles don't do anything until SummerSlam, though. There's guaranteed SummerSlam matches, not Saturday night event matches.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Who can be champion coming out of Saturday night's main event coming in the Garden? This ain't no Poop Putt Arena. This is Madison Square Garden.
They ain't done shit in that building lately either. Just to be real, no bullshit. The last few times they've had, it's like when they go to Philly, the same thing, right? You get excited about certain places in wrestling, right? You're the crowd, the New York crowd, especially after the Knicks just won the championship, right?
Yes,
it's going to be ruckus. It's going to be a ruckus crowd there for this. Will they deliver something different? And I don't know if they will. That's my thing. I don't know if they will.
Having Money in the Bank so late in the year hurts because you would love to be able to interject that in a random storyline.
Yeah, I miss Money in the Bank being in this time frame.
Yeah,
right? It used to be before SummerSlam, I believe. Like,
yeah, it used to be at Mania. It used to be.
Of course. Yeah,
right. It used to be what Crown Jewel, Night of Champions turned into.
Yeah.
So it's like having that winner or winners interjected or able to be interjected in here makes sense because you need variety.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we kind of looking at where it's going, talent-wise. Right?
Yeah,
Talent-wise, we're not inserting Jacob Fatu in a title picture now, which is crazy. But I digress. I say that to say, first match on the card, I give it a 3.
I take the win for Oba. I like the win for Oba.
Shout out to Jay wearing wrestling boots, actually.
I said that when it was happening too. I have always hated sneakers in wrestling. I think Cena was the exception, not the rule. And then it became the norm. And I hate that. That's why as much as you know I'm a Finn Balor mark, I hate the coup de grace. The brother got on fucking sneakers. How's that supposed to help? Boots are supposed to hurt you. Fucking Vans? What am I, Anthony Jr. Soprano out here?
He switches brands and he still don't matter.
Yeah, so it still don't matter, right? And that's a fucking shame. So then we get to the queen of the ring, okay, which is all the confusion and the controversy for me. And I think you said the same thing. And it's, hey, I was living this. We all thought, well, for Raquel and her. Well, that didn't fucking happen. So you go, oh, why is Liv in this? Maybe, this was my thought last Monday, maybe they'd do the double women's champion again. Oh, no, speak to the executive consultant from Pop Review. Nope, that doesn't make sense. Why? Why did he put Liv in this? Because he made a good point. The women's division on Raw is weak as fuck because all the big hitters are on SmackDown. Jade, Charlotte, Rhea, you name it, they're all on SmackDown, right? On Raw, La Primera is hurt, right? They just, the women's division outside of Bailey and Feathers, La Victoria, and Becky Lynch only shows up once every 2 months when she wants to, right? It's not as strong. So I thought, well, maybe Io will get this and she'll go against Rhea because, that's her history and her she probably can beat her. Nope. She immediately says, you and me at SummerSlam. I do not get this. I'm not a fan of IYO SKY. I do respect her wrestling. She is probably the best female wrestler in the ring, squared circle-wise. But again, I'm sorry, I'm an old school American wrestling fan. What the fuck is your story? So for there, I can't relate.
Let me explain. So for IYO, I just watched a clip recently. IYO might be the closest thing, not as violent, but a modern-day Tajiri. And I'm talking ECW Tajiri versus Super Crazy Tajiri, where it's the characteristics and the in-ring ability more so than anything else, right? Because IYO's promos are never going to be great. There's the language barrier and the accent that we just won't connect with. But her in-ring is top-notch, and her doing this has gotten over. And it's been that way.
1 second. That WWE, they get with that. Everybody has something that the crowd does. And I guess she was doing that before they did, but everybody got this now.
She was doing that in NXT.
I get that. I'm just, you're crazy, okay?
Because
I'm
she's
sorry, corny as fuck
sidekick,
to me.
No. Because she's the good sidekick friend, I don't never see her turning on Rhea. So I thought maybe if Rhea is truly hurt or the visa issues was true, that maybe she would have took her belt and that would have built up Rhea and Io at Mania, and it's like I'm coming for my belt friend, and we get the Eddie Batista turn. I mean Eddie Ray turn, really. Yeah. So I don't know where that's going, but I give Io the grace because she's doing what she's been given. Her whole year was ruined when they let Kairi Sane go, and Asuka's presumably just disappeared. Right, this would have made perfect sense for them to cost her that, or do something with that, or her defeat Asuka for Queen of the Ring, or whatever it may have been. And then
I just think if any character needs to go to AEW and it would thrive there and the WWE, it's IYO SKY.
And that foregone conclusion with the Danhausen thing made no sense to me.
And again, I hate when you steal my thunder, but it was there. As soon as this happened, this ruined the match.
That, and I said it to the fiance. I'm watching it on a laptop, and Michael Cole reiterates that she's 2-0 against Io, and I'm like, oh well, we know who's winning today.
Yeah.
I bet
Michaela Wonders flipped her shit. She was like, what is this? Like, as soon as you saw him, she loses because she's cursed. And then for me, I got to say this because it completely shits on every single thing you did the week before where you had Charlotte get injured for this moment to make her, because you want to make Liv look strong. You have people now questioning her ratingness. Is she over or underrated? Right? And then she goes out here and loses this. It's just... I just didn't understand the Danhausen involvement. I'm over the Danhausen involvement because I think they're we always say getting shoved down your throat, not just about everybody. There's never been a champion in the WWE history with about maybe 3 or 4, I've named them, right? Before that maybe it wasn't shoved down your throat, but they all, now you're shoving in this whole, I'm over it. You got to use them sporadically. You know what I'm saying? Not every single time.
The WWE has never had a mascot.
I'm sorry, what was R-Truth?
No.
I'm sorry. What was Santino Morale? What was Santino Morella?
What I mean by that is,
okay,
so let me time out. They've never had a social media mascot.
It's not fair. Social media just came around with them recently, as far as wrestling is concerned.
Danhausen is. This is why you send Danhausen to ESPN with Stephen A. Smith. This is why Danhausen has a New York Knicks championship T-shirt, because they've never been able to pull this off. He has the face paint enough to garner children to paint their faces like him. He's goofy enough where I laugh at it. You've laughed at it. It's just what it is. And they're taking advantage of that. I don't necessarily like it in certain aspects. Like the stuff he's doing with Miz and Kip Wilson.
I fucking hate it.
You hate it and I love it. And that's what we're going to differ. You hate it, I love it. But what making Zack Ryder
said the Miz deserves better than that. And I hate it because people like you, fans like you, have shitted on those kind of gimmicks and tactics and storylines in WWE for years. And now y'all want to choose that now you want to like it. Well, it's the same shit Vince was pulling off before, and y'all thought it was childish and corny.
Chasing an egg around an arena is childish and corny.
But turning a man into putting some electrical shit on somebody's head and making them speak.
Again, they did
weird science all over again. That shit was in 1982.
They did it
Shout out to Killer Brock.
They did it with Goldust and Booker T, and we laughed. They did it with what was it, Tourette's Goldust. We laughed at that when he used to blurt stuff out. So this is all variations of stuff that's been done. I'm not knocking it. I just think when it's telegraphed to the point, like the Liv Morgan situation yesterday, it's a foregone conclusion. And then the match didn't help either, because I know them two women could put on a hell of a match.
I'm sorry, the match was fucking great. I don't like IYO SKY, but in that square circle, she doesn't put on a bad match. Yeah. They had a very decent match. I won't say great. That's probably too far, right? But they had a decent match. It wasn't terrible.
In between them, I know there's a good match in there between them. But for her to sit there and choose her opponent immediately, I don't know how we're going to get 6 to 7 weeks of IYO holding
of that.
And Perez and Raquel.
Yeah,
like that's the point of me where that's where I wish the Money in the Bank was around.
Yeah, because
I don't want to see 6 weeks of that.
This is why, to me, which is never going to end. 2 nights of WrestleMania, now 2 nights of SummerSlam. Come
Yeah.
next year, we're going to get 2 nights of Royal Rumble. It's just right around the corner.
And
Night
night
one's the
Survivor
women's,
Series
night
is
two's the
coming.
men's, or however they want to choose it.
Survivor Series is gonna happen.
It's just terrible. Absolutely
Overkill.
fucking terrible. Overkill is the word. Now, this right here,
Oh boy.
okay, that you uttered,
Oh
that
boy.
you hated this in the beginning of the show. I'm gonna tell you why 100% from my perspective, I disagree. I had never seen anything like it. Is why I liked it. As far as the match is about to start, we know it's a cage match. Well, how do you make this cage match? Which I'm not a fan of cage matches since WWE actually introduced Hell in a Cell. To me, they're not the same to me no more. If you're gonna have a cage match, you gotta do things like there is no pinfall. There's escape only. To me, that's my perspective, right?
That's how I played in the game.
Right. So to throw the tables, the ladders, and those things in the ring beforehand, I'm like, yo, this is fucking pretty awesome, right? I did. That's how I really, really felt. And then I look up and badass Seth Rollins is just sitting in the ring in the chair, waiting on him to come to the ring. I thought this picture here. I'm gonna pick that up. I thought, to me, that's a money shot.
I'm fine with him doing
this. It's a money shot. Hold on. Let me you give me. I'm gonna give you the floor. I thought because I know you don't like it, so I'm gonna get out why I did. Right. I thought that was the money shot, right? And then I thought, okay, is he gonna just go at it? And then no, Bron Breakker's like, oh, you want to sit down? I thought this was again something I haven't seen before. That doesn't mean it has to make sense. And you said that from your perspective, you didn't think that it made sense. To me, it wasn't about making sense. It was about, first of all, this match shouldn't be happening, in my opinion, because you kind of already had said and sold it as that Raw was supposed to be their last match. So, okay, whatever. We got this. It had to be brutal. It had to be violent. I thought it gave us that. And to me, seeing these two sit there face to face before they go at it, I enjoyed it highly. I actually had it pegged as match of the night. But then it had things in the match that I fucking hated. If you're going to have him go 23 miles an hour, okay, go back. If you're going to have him go 23 miles an hour and hit him with the fucking spear, he should have won the match. If he's not going to win the match, this is where production comes in, or whoever produces the match. You know where I'm going with this. When you hit a move and you're supposed to win, but you don't win because you got too tired from it, right? And you take a while to get the cover. That doesn't make sense. You're hitting boom. Oh shit. Then you go to the cover. Then he kicks out. It's understandable. But to hit him with it, go for the pin, kick out. I didn't think that spot was needed the way that it was produced coming off. And again, I thought up until that point, super match. The violence was there. The eye got busted. I thought this was probably the better of their matches outside the Raw match. I thought the Raw match was so good. Okay, I thought this was pretty good to me, and I was entertained for this match 100%. Your take?
I am a trained wrestler by the WWE Hall of Famer Johnny Rodz himself. Rodz would have never have me lose my title, face the next week's opponent that just cost me my title, and then I get into a cage with him alone, and I'm going to sit in a chair. That is not wrestling psychology.
I disagree. I'm not a Hall of Famer. I'm a person who's been watching wrestling for 45 years. I disagree.
I'm speaking from in-ring psychology. You just cost me my title. You just cost me my King of the Ring opportunity to go for the world title.
About that damn tag team title, honestly, to be honest.
In wrestling, again, and that's a problem that we have with today's booking, is you're supposed to care how many champions have walked out after they lost their belt, still smiling and clapping five and shaking hands. It's stupid. We can't be the show for the intelligent wrestling fan and then ignore the intelligence that comes with in-ring psychology.
Okay, so explain to me and the audience, how come this was not in-ring psychology? Because to me, I 100% thought it was. Seth said they're like, yo, fuck you. He came back in like, oh, you think you're going to be just bad enough and sit there? I'm sitting down right with your punk ass. What? And they were talking shit to each other. That's no different to me then because the cheers and chings already in the ring, then them going face to face, nose to nose. I hate that over and over. This is the same ring psychology without them going nose to nose and a different perspective. Now, saying you don't like something, always respect. Saying what something isn't is not right because you don't know what their thought process was.
Perfect example.
You're wrong on that.
In-ring psychology is WrestleMania 20. They dumped Benoit through the tables. Sean looked at Hunter. Hunter looked at Sean, and they got it on because that is psychology.
Okay. Did they not get up off the chair and beat the shit out of each other right after this moment? You're gonna hate the match for a moment that you just personally didn't like?
I'm just saying it's no way I'm coming down to the ring. And that's what's happening. Second thing I hated about the match is if we're known that Bron Breakker has the speed of a cheetah with this 23 miles per hour, where is the commentary getting over the fact that in the cage he can't run? Getting over the cage, he can't build up all the speed that he usually does. Because and that right there, and I'm glad, and I'm
Undertaker and Orlando.
Hold on.
That's the speed. The case doesn't stop the speed.
I'm glad you said that.
Go out the ring and run to half speed.
Right.
It's a terrible take.
Look, see, and you fell for it, and that goes right to the production point because there would have been nothing wrong with him spearing Seth through the cage. And it fall, and Seth Rollins win that way. Bron Breakker will still walk away.
This is my problem with wrestling fans. Because you don't get it your way, it's not bad. He didn't have to go to that fucking cage to make that match. I 100% disagree. 100% disagree with that.
So let me ask you a question. A year ago, 2 years ago, when Bron got called up, was he not pegged the future?
Yeah.
What does he look like coming after this match? Nothing.
I'm not going to disagree with that part. Right. But first of all, injuries, because he's injury prone, that stunts most of his stuff. Second, yes, I have no idea why the fuck Seth Rollins won this match or the other match that was on Raw. I've never understood that. Seth Rollins can lose from now until whenever and be solidified as Seth fucking Rollins, still be liked and still, none of that. I agree with you on that. Now, that's the part you want to speak on. I don't like the winner. I don't like the out. But the other things you kind of implemented there, not for me to.
Seth was winning. Because Seth has to look strong going into SummerSlam for Roman. If that's what
they kind of hinted towards that on the post show, right? And I'm always good for a Roman Seth Rollins matchup because if anybody owns Roman mentally, Seth does.
And
right? And then, especially the last time when he,
put the shield out.
Roman was like, but the way Roman won, the way the match got thrown out, Roman was like, nah, fuck that, I'm not letting go. He knew, right? So I get that, and that's still again, he doesn't have to win that though to still set that up because he's Seth fucking Rollins. But
I feel you. They don't view him as just being Seth effing Rollins. They need him to win.
Yeah, and then we go to this.
Oh God.
A match that you just ripped the pebble.
Oh God.
Beforehand, everybody want to know why I call him the pebble. Go watch MJF's promo on him. MJF's promo on him to me is always going to be the funniest. Oh, you want to be the Rock so bad, huh? Yeah, I'm going to call you the pebble.
If anyone was made for main event, it is Ricky Aints. If anyone was made for main event, it is Ricky Aints.
No, he's definitely not a world champion type wrestler. He is a mid-card wrestler who I think is good at his job. He plays a perfect heel. And right now in the WWE, where the fans, not the company, the fans cannot identify who the fuck's a heel and who the fuck isn't. Because for what it's worth, Trick's not a fucking face either. Because he doesn't do face things. Anybody who back smacks your ass is not a fucking face. Okay.
Shout out to that man. He got married. Shout out to that black brother.
You know what I mean? I didn't like that either. I didn't like the fact that on SmackDown. Like, we live in a reality era. You don't have to come on TV and say he got married. Because I've never seen you do that before.
This the thing. My thing is, if we're going to acknowledge it, then put them together.
Exactly. Same thing with what everybody wants, which I think will never happen. That's Bianca Belair being a heel with her and Montez. If you're going to speak on it, it doesn't make any sense, right? So this match, which is I didn't think Ricky Saints should have. I don't think he should have been in this match. I think it should have been Melo. If you're going to do this, Melo's star is dwindling. And you're dwindling in his star for Ricky. They're the same size. I think Melo's better at him at doing what they're both doing. And I think, again, the reason why they did that was because They want to try to get Trick over as face, but he's not a face, and they had heel Ricky. And that was the difference in this match. But I thought this match was forgetful. And everything that goes with it. Honestly, I can't even tell you what happened in the match besides the fact that I like the Eddie Guerrero reference to getting little Uzi Vert or whatever his name is.
Oh my God, it's Little Yachty. It is
Little
not
Yachty.
Little Uzi Vert.
I can't stand the way he talks, dog. I can't stand the guy.
Can we get the celebrity involvement over with?
It's not nowhere near. They got the man training. They got the man training. It's terrible. And I think also it's taking away from Trick Williams.
It is at this point.
I think it's taking away from Trick Williams.
Maybe that's going to be the ultimate way heel Trick comes out is he start beating up Yachty. Who knows? But I'm not a fan
kill
of that
somebody's momentum. Lost to Seth Rollins. And the thing is, typically you would think, I think wins and losses don't really matter in pro wrestling, but they matter in pro wrestling. Depends on when and where those losses come from.
What was the question?
It wasn't a question. It was that how to kill somebody's momentum. Lost to Seth Rollins. Like, you do that. But your thoughts on this match, I already know them. But,
you already know. We can go to the next match. That's my thoughts on this exactly.
But what we're going to do right now, we're going to go over to Michaela Wonders. I know she has a lot to say about today. So we're going to listen to Baby Girl, and then we'll be right back here on the Mike Knoxxx Show, y'all.
Listen to my niche, y'all.
Girl,
Welcome to More About WWE. I'm Michaela. We are just learning about WWE Night of Champions. It was awful. I personally did not enjoy almost anything about Night of Champions. The matches, I can say, nope. Liv Morgan and IYO match was good-ish. They completely punked out Jay after all of this match off. Disappointed. I'm not mad that Oba won. I'm mad at the way the match happened. I am upset at the way they made Liv lose. Like they could have just made her lose, but instead they made Danhausen curse her. Like, that's stupid. Trick Williams and Ricky Saints match. Trick retains. At least one of the people I wanted to win won something. Tiffany and Jay's match. I also thought it was so whack. Charlotte coming back like that, I don't know. I didn't like it. I thought it was so whack, and it felt like it happened so fast. Like, Jade deserves better than that, and I'm disappointed. And she should have won that championship, and she would have done much better with it than Tiffany, than Miss Tiffy time. She would have done so much better. Then the final match, that saved the entire pay-per-view. Saved the entire pay-per-view. The match was entertaining. I didn't like watching Gunther, honestly, in the ring. He's good at wrestling, but sometimes it's hard to watch him in the ring, and I thought that was one of the matches where it was pretty hard to watch him in the ring. I don't think he's the best at selling, in my opinion, but I thought the match was really good. I thought Sami was doing really good. I thought Cody was doing really good. And in the end, Sami ended up winning the championship, which shocked everyone in my house. We were shocked. Insane. Congratulations for Sami. Finally, we can get an actual "you deserve it" chant for someone who actually deserves it, because Sami Zayn deserves it, and I am so glad he won the championship. And that match and him winning made the pay-per-view worth watching, in my opinion. But other than that, you really only need to watch that match. Everything else sucked, in my opinion. I really think that every other match could have happened on Raw or SmackDown, did not have to happen at a pay-per-view. That is just my opinion, but you guys not can really talk about it like this, so let's go back over to the real Tribal Chief.
With a tear in my eye, That is my baby girl. Yo, the show for the intelligent wrestling fan, the show where a fan can be a fan. And I don't agree with anything my baby girl had to say. Y'all heard some of my things already, but her take on it, 100% agree with her on there. And shout out to Michaela Wonders. Make sure you guys go please follow baby girl on TikTok and on YouTube. She's Michaela Wonders, y'all. That's all I can say. But this match here, it's not really that I want to talk about the match because I'm with her opinions on this. They're making our hardcore country just because they got what's her name, Blake Monroe coming up. They kind of took Tiffany's. They gave her Tiffany's gimmick.
Totally.
I don't like that. But my problem, honestly, with this match, again, I'm always going to be on my soapbox when it comes to Jade Cargill. I think she gets scrutinized way too much in the ring when there are. I think her and Nia Jax both get so criticized by wrestling fans who can't dunk a basketball, can't even make spaghetti. Like you can't do basic things, but you want to sit back like President Trump. But like when I'm in a room like President Obama said, you don't got none of that talk from me. And then to go over that, you hear the tweet from Piper Niven. I don't know if you've seen that spot of, oh, you still look good, but you're hurting people. You just sound very bitter. And again, she is a performer. So to me, she can speak on what she saw. I don't have a problem with her speaking on that. I have a problem with the reaction it garnered. To have this beautiful black girl magic come out to the ring, and yet again, this Saudi crowd boo her. It's a blatant sign of racism towards black women in that country. Bianca Belair gets booed, Jade Cargill gets booed, Nia Jax get booed, but you cheer every other female that comes to that ring. Calling a spade because I play spades pretty well. And I know what a fucking Boston is. So I'm a straight shooter. What do you say? Pow. I'm aiming at you. Nah. Saudi Arabia crowd, you're racist. Flat out. You don't want to like the girl? That's fine. That's understandable. That is your fucking prerogative. Bobby Brown told me that back in 1989. That's your prerogative. But to sit here and boo her for no reason has to stop. But here's the part right here, Spot, that people had a problem with. Again, I'm not a professional wrestler. I'm just a journalist, a real one, someone who went to school for this shit, not someone who just got a microphone and decided to go do a podcast. Okay, so I make sure my things are spoken in a different level of integrity. But when I look at this, I go, what I do know about wrestling is it takes two to tango. It takes two to be safe in there. Echo the words in boxing. Protect yourself at all times. That still should apply to wrestling. I don't see how this move was Jade Cargill's fault. It's not Jade Cargill's fault job to protect Tiffany Stratton's head from hitting off the mat. It's Tiffany Stratton's job to protect her. That's why you have your arms go down first. Am I right, Spot? I mean, it's a certain way you fall, right?
It's WWE's fault.
Okay.
It's WWE's fault because there's no real house show, so there's no repetition.
Yeah.
There's no timing. There's no continuity.
Yeah. They don't wrestle as much as they used to wrestle.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
So that's why it's their fault, because I'm barely in the ring with you, so I don't know what works best with us. Therefore, what works best for the product, that's what works best for the audience. So there's levels to that. I think Jade came into this business getting a bad rap.
Yeah.
She had an amazing look, and she was with the other company. She had an amazing look, and the other company pushed her. She had an amazing look, and none of right, and they weren't necessarily establishing her and getting her best ready for in-ring competition. And then she gets here with WWE and immediately goes to main roster, no NXT. So there's levels to it. I do agree that the hate train for her and Nia Jax is insane. Shout out to Nia Jax before I got engaged. You know it was you, baby. So I get that. I'm glad to see that it didn't rub off on Lash like that.
Yeah,
So
which is weird. No, they when they had them at Royal Rumble, she didn't get a pop either.
Well, they're also, and that's the thing. And in every instance, I've got to remember when Bianca got booed. Who was her opponent?
She got booed talking.
Okay.
She came out to talk and they booed her.
See, now that's racism. The other instances, they're going to chalk it up to their heels, right? They're going to chalk it up to that. Their heels.
They're not heels. Bianca Belair's not a heel.
No, I said that's racism. The other examples, they're heels.
Yeah.
I don't like none of it. I haven't liked what they've done. Like I said, Tiffany, and when she started wearing butterflies, I thought that was Charlotte's thing.
No, I told you it's the whole hardcore country thing all together.
Yeah,
and I didn't. Let's say that too. This was probably the worst female bodysuits that they've done in recent memory. I spoke before about I actually like the bodysuits better than their regular outfits because they were very.
I got to worry about no wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, and so I wasn't a fan of Liv. Like it didn't work for Liv. I didn't think it worked for IYO. I thought Liz was absolutely terrible with the Superman spandex draws on the outside.
And that makes me mad for Mania because one of my biggest things about Mania is the gear, the outfits. It makes me sad for Mania and Saudi that they're going to be all in bodysuits and no one's going to get that creativity with their outfits. I think having Chelsea come from under the ring out of nowhere, only that right there. Shout to Mia Yim rocking Tim's though. I do love that character development. She's gonna acknowledge, you know what I mean? I get that, but I'm over all of it because it just seems like to be one giant cluster. Yeah. It's like
all to get her and Charlotte. All to get to her and Charlotte.
Yeah, and where was Alexa? If Charlotte's doing that, where's her best friend Lexi? Yeah. It just none of it made it was just too convoluted. But the right one won because the goal is to get. Well, again, knowing what the ending was going to be, you ain't going to get two title changes.
Yeah. Good. I mean, it is Saudi, but I mean, I give you that. But come on,
Who are you rooting for tonight? I'm rooting for everybody black. I am. That's what it is, right?
Dude. So no, and I think Jay looks great with a belt, and because I don't think Tiffany's the same anymore. They've stunted her growth. WWE they are not doing a good job to me at keeping the mid-card talent relevant. Right? It's like this whole company is top heavy, and that's all they focus on is that top heavy. And it's frustrating to me. I think Tiffany deserves better from where Tiffany had a hell of a year as that champion. Right?
You would think a Kiana James and Tiffany would have been together.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, why are you trying to make Tiffany's not a face
at all.
Sometimes just not faces.
They don't realize why Trish became a face is because we liked her. We saw her grow.
Oh, let me say this too. Shout out to Trish Stratus, who wasn't there, but still has the greatest bodysuit ever made in this damn history of them going to Saudi Arabia. How's she 50-something years old outside of Jade Cargill looking better than all of y'all? That's crazy.
What got the women over? Like they trying to create Trish Stratus 2.0.
Yeah, that's not
never gonna work because you shoehorn Tiffany into these positions,
and we're too intelligent for that. Them trying to put that together.
It just doesn't work. Same thing with Jade. I think if Jade would have came up and earned some of the stuff, and again, Naomi not being there got the ruin, that storyline got ruined and all of that aside.
Yeah.
Do better with your talent.
No, I think you hit the proverbial nail on the head right there. Honestly, it's wrestling fans don't get mad at her. Right? Get mad at WWE for getting rid of or TKO for getting rid of house shows because you're right. You would get tired, some people anyway, and I know I always mention this because Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat wrestled 100 times a year against each other. So when they had the Clash of the Champions or Starrcade, the match delivered.
Rumble or
match delivered because they knew each other in and out. Right? And that's what used to happen in wrestling. Now you go against him, there's no cohesiveness between the talent anymore because they're not wrestling against each other as much to understand each other. It's like a basketball team. You can make fun. Again, I'm going to bring it up. Everyone, I hate the Knicks. I'm never going to chip for the Knicks. This is just what it is and where I'm going to leave it. But you get those three Villanova kids together. It's like Mikhail Bridges said. He said, hey, everybody actually the same question about how does that work for y'all? It's just second nature. When you're wrestling with someone, it becomes second nature. Rock and Stone Cold, second nature. So HBK and Razor Ramon. Second nature. Sometimes you don't have to rehearse it because I already know because we wrestled so many times what you're gonna do.
Shawn and Taker.
Brett and Owen. You know what I mean?
Brother, they've been wrestling
right, their whole damn life.
But my problem with also on what you just said was there's also no more mission statements with these characters.
Mm-hmm.
There's no more. Jade Cargill lost her women's championship, and now she's settling for the United States Championship.
Why?
There's no mission statement. If we wanted a clear, precise something, Jade should have interrupted that Queen of the Ring thing and said, ain't none of it happening.
Because I'm the queen.
Her Meechin and B-Fab jumping the two of them, and now we got that to deal with for 6 weeks till we get to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
What is everyone's goals and end games? I've always asked
they don't exist no more. This is why I have a problem. This is why fans like yourself leave the WWE. I'm asking executive consultant comes down here to Atlanta to visit me. We're watching the PLE, the pay-per-view together. And I said to him, I said, yo, I just don't love wrestling like the way I used to. And it's not the fact they don't have the talent that's there, because you see the talent. You see the potential. And he always calls it all of the crappy wrestling. No, it's not, right? Because at least, I don't care if you like AEW or not. I'm not trying to make this about AEW. It's about them knowing who they are and then keeping to that and them still doing things that matter to wrestling fans. Cohesiveness, storylines, mission statements, what they are doing. And this is why I am not a fan of today's fans of professional wrestling, because y'all sit back and fall for any bullshit they put on that screen because you want to go, oh, and raise your hands to the tribal chief, or, oh, you want to do the yes chant, or you want to be happy doing the yeet chant. Right. That's not wrestling. That they're giving you fluff.
Because
calling that shit whipped cream. Have you ever had fluff? Fluff is disgusting to me.
Fluffernutter? Yeah.
That shit is nasty. Okay, but let's go ahead and close this thing out right here with this main event. Okay, that you heard baby girl said it best.
Man.
To me, I said, and I go back to Michael Lee as well, the beginning of this show, seeing King Oba win, although I still had Jake pegged to win it. And the end of this show is all that mattered in this show, because even in that cage match, which I liked a lot, but you did not like it, I did not like how Seth won. And again, it's not about what I want, what you want, what your mother want, what they want. It's about your expectations when you're watching wrestling. Did we have expectations? I had no expectations for this. But I know the world thinks that Supergirl is terrible. I had zero expectations seeing Supergirl. I highly enjoyed it. I had zero expectation for this pay-per-view, and I did not expect. Y'all see this shirt? Y'all see how old this fucking shirt is? And you know this from being back in the day with me. I've been a Sami Zayn fan since he came over as El Generico a long time ago. And I think he deserves it. I get so sick of you deserve it chants when they be like, what the fuck? They did nothing? No, Sami.
You've been on this main roster 6 weeks talking about you deserved it.
Yeah, 6 weeks, right? Sami Zayn deserves this. And I'm sorry, I don't want to quote Cheap Heat's own Peter Rosenberg, because I'm really not a fan of his on a personal level. But I like what he said on the post show. A little bit. I think he went a little bit too. He went a little bit too far. The best promo since Stone Cold Steve Austin 316. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But it was a great promo that Sami cut. It was a great promo. No matter what you do, whether it's this week, next week, you can always say Sami Zayn was a world champion.
And I said this to you.
100% love this match.
I said this to you. I was happy for Sami. And I said to this when this pay-per-view over, WWE did the AEW. They put the belt on Sami right before the AEW pay-per-view, because that's what everybody's going to talk about, just like when AEW did it to Darby Allin, and I'm fine with that.
Or even go further than that. Don't turn over the tournament on the Night Raw right now. Some guy named Mick Foley
won the world title. I bet that put butt to the seat.
Yeah.
Shout out to my niece, because again, I'm going to agree. Gunther losing the weight is the worst thing that ever happened to him. He looks just like another regular guy.
Yeah, I don't like him losing too much of the weight. I actually like Gunther personally. I know people think that he's boring, but I like what my daughter said. He doesn't sell too well to me. right? And then I'm from a guy who loves, like, if I look
Because
at my
he's
favorite
still
wrestlers,
wrestling.
not who I think's the best, like my favorite wrestlers for certain reasons, like Randy Orton in that ring to me is just the greatest to me. Not named Kurt Angle, not technical wrestler, like pro wrestler, like sports entertainment wrestling,
Like Rick.
right?
He used to sell like he was getting
Like
killed.
Dolph Ziggler, fucking Mr. Perfect, right? Randy Orton, those guys are great in that squared circle.
You whipped Brett in that turnbuckle and you thought he died.
You thought he fucking died. Since we threw him in that front facing, oh shit. You know what I mean? Gunther takes no punishment ever. And I don't like that about Gunther.
He's wrestling like he's the heavyweight.
Yeah.
See,
and he's a middleight.
He's a lightweight. Gunther might be like 230.
Shout out my man Boots Ennis last night. Philly's
Boots
on.
put on a clinic.
Whooping that ass.
I just think, again, Gunther losing. What happens? He's normal now.
Well, you saw the end. He's going to go against what you guys called weeks ago. You're going to get him and Aldis. And I like this, Aldis did initiate the contact first. So therefore, Gunther has every right to fight back and not get suspended because he put his hands on him first.
And I'm fine with that. This is what I've been asking for.
Y'all been asking, wrestling fans have been asking for this?
Originally, we wanted it to be Drew, but Drew's off joining Hollywood. I ain't mad at that.
I don't give a, how they say it? I don't give a fuck. Sammy, I can do it right. Sammy is your WWE champion. And that's all that matters. And he beat one, the golden boy who will never be bigger than his father. But I love him nonetheless, Cody Rhodes. The golden boy, the QB1, he wants to refer to himself as, which he does because all his wrestlers are there. Like, if you're friends with Cody Rhodes, you're going to get called up to the main roster.
That's why Ricky Ain't was on the card. That's why Ricky Ain't was on the card.
Ask the Pebble. Ask Jade Cargill. Y'all don't like her? Get mad at Cody because this is Cody's crew. Okay? But he beat Cody Rhodes. He didn't beat Gunther. You know what I'm saying? He beat the guy who was the guy. And I love that about that. That's the Scientology of wrestling, if you will, the psychology of wrestling, if you will, that mattered there, Spot.
And I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. The only thing that I'm sad about in any of this moment was, I wish KO would have came out.
And listen, KO did a tweet and said, in 15 months I've been gone, the one thing I finally missed was that I was not there for this. And you saw each other, he got to give him an homage to, honestly, I won't say I knew it, but I said it on my show on last Monday. If you're going to pull it to win, I knew he wouldn't beat Roman in Canada. I just knew he wouldn't beat Roman.
It got to be here.
It had to be in Saudi Arabia because everywhere else lately, he does get booed.
This is what I had him pegged for Mania. I had him pegged for Mania. I had Sammy pegged for Mania because it's going there.
Yeah.
But this is a very great consolation prize because you'll never take it away.
You never take it away.
The WWE champion for 22 hours. You can never take it away.
And like you said, as Double or Nothing goes into tonight,
everyone's
what they're going to talk about now. I won't be watching Double or Nothing. Nothing against AEW.
Hey,
I'm sorry. House of Dragons. House of Dragons. Last first episode for a season premiere was the greatest season premiere in the history of television last Sunday. And that's all I've been thinking about all week long. I've been thinking about this shit like it's my wife coming out the shower. All I want to watch is House of Dragons. I watch Double or Nothing tomorrow morning while I'm at work. I get to work from home.
Door. Get the name right.
Shit, my bad.
Get the name right. And again,
I'm not big. Hold on now. Thank you for correcting me. I'm not the biggest fan. This is the one pay-per-view from AEW I do not like as much.
Me either.
Just to be fair, I'm not a big fan of Forbidden Door. I don't think it's needed. I get why it's there, but I don't need it.
This needs to be the last one. I want Redemption because Redemption's the new pay-per-view in July. I need Redemption to replace Forbidden Door because we don't need it.
I don't think.
And I'm
it's been 15 months, Mr. Two Turf. I'm not sure if Kevin's coming back. I think this injury is really 15 months. I get he had a broken neck or the surgery on the neck, shall I say. It wasn't broken, but the surgery on the neck. Huh?
If he's there tomorrow night, because they're taping it. They're taping
SmackDown. They're not taping Raw.
For the holiday. Right.
Yeah.
So and again, stuff like that, I don't mind them doing. Vince would have never done that.
No, so Vince, hold on. Vince has, what? Executive consultant said that from my point of view yesterday. That's not true. There's never been a live SmackDown with the week of 4th of July. Never once. They always tape those SmackDowns. That's the one time he gives them off. He gives them off Christmas and the 4th of July. That's
weird.
all they don't get off for weddings. They don't get off for weddings because Trick got married and has asked them to go to work. Okay?
They don't get off Juneteenth.
Yeah, they damn sure don't get off Juneteenth. Okay? Well, I don't know. The New Day's off. Right? I mean,
well, I'm expecting the New Day in London in August or after that for the company that has a pay-per-view tonight. But wrestling fans, let me say this for all wrestling fans, because this is the show for intelligent wrestling fans. You got nothing but wrestling tonight. You got TNA and whatever's left of that company. Jesus, that's another thing we gotta, we ever get to talk about that.
You got Great American Bash.
Oh God, can you stop bastardizing these pay-per-view names? Because this ain't the Great American Bash that I'm used to, right? My Great American Bash memories. Remember Sting would come out with the American flag paint?
Yeah, those are things that I think these, again, it's the moments, as who I think that Kevin put that up, talked about that. It's the moments that they're looking for. That's what my problem with wrestling fans is. Stop falling for the cheap pops.
Yeah. WWE is the moment
as what they are, because it's not. But even when WWE had it on the main roster, I didn't like the Great American Bash then either, because it's not.
Yeah.
Some things you have to leave alone. But what I will say in closing though is, again, shout out to Dusty Rhodes, who job is now complete. Everyone that he brought up has now become world champion, with now Sami Zayn winning the title. The Shield all got the belts. You know what I mean? They all gone through it. So again, we had this conversation. This is, of course, maybe a question for you guys. So maybe comment below, let me know, and just think about it. Take it to your own show, your own Facebook pages, whatever you want to do. Will Cody ever be bigger than Dusty Rhodes? I absolutely say no, and my reason is because the name. You can't be. Same thing with Charlotte. I think Charlotte has solidified herself the same way that Cody has as an individual. But when you look at Charlotte, you automatically go to her last name as Flair, and you automatically go with Woo. Oh, Rick. So we hear Rhodes. The first thing that comes to your mind is not Cody, it's Dusty. Now, maybe 30 years from now, right? You said that when we did the top 10 wrestlers list, right? Like longevity.
He was in my list.
Will Dusty be out of there because Cody's the more the name? We shall soon. But we're gonna get up out of here.
I'm sorry.
What would you give this pay-per-view, PLE?
Oh man, I'm gonna give it a couple of 24/7 title runs, bar truth.
Mm-hmm.
For a night of champions, it wasn't a lot of champions. It was only 3 of them.
And all the belts on the line. Remember when they first started all the belts on the line? We said that before. If you're gonna all the belts should be on the line.
It's Night of Champions, and that's what I'm saying. Put the King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring back.
I'm with you. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5, maybe 2.5 out of 5. 24/7 title runs are truth.
Yeah,
it did its job, but
there's only one moment in the whole show.
2 moments. King Oba.
Oh wait, 3. Little Yachty with the Yachty elbow.
Oh, I hated that. That moment, I don't ever have to remember it again. But look, we're going to get up out of here. Do me a favor, guys. Do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me, and don't love God. That's crazy. And don't know that what? Yo, Mike Knoxxx, who are you cheering for, baby?
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am.
I'm not racist. It's just
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
So please understand the message.
Message.
And every time you think you better than Mike Knoxxx,
stop it. Get some help.
Because I've been waiting for any of y'all to send me a link, anything you wanted. When you think you can compete with me when it comes to this intelligent wrestling conversation, remember one thing.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
So please, get out of here with that bullshit. And like your tribal chief, I'm that damn good. I'm out here, y'all. Fingers.
Bite my tongue for no one. I put you on blast. So all the news channels, y'all can kiss.